I forgive you.
Their legacies will live in love. Hate won't win.
We have no room for hate, so we have to forgive.
Good Friday morning to you. It's June 17th. I'm Britt Conway. Today marks 1 year since that deadly shooting at Mother Emanuel AME. We will get to that as your top story this morning, a look back at this year of healing. But before we do, let's get you out the door this morning. We're going to check in with meteorologist Lauren Oleski. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Britt. Good morning, everyone. So we're waking up to a clear sky across the Midlands right now. Beautiful looking sunrise out there. In fact, fairly dry. That's going to change later today, though. We do have the chance for a couple of thunderstorms this afternoon with our next cold front that's going to be making its way south. Looks like a couple little specks of rain out in Greenwood right now. Here's a look at your temperatures. Again, another very muggy start to get us going. 75 degrees in in Columbia and Sumter right now. Manning's at 72, 75 in Orangeburg, 79 in Lexington, 73 up in Newberry right now. Same with Camden, 75 in Winsboro. Saluta's at 78, 76 in Aiken. So as you're stepping out the door, yeah, you'll see some sunshine out there, but look how quickly our temperatures are warming. Upper 80s, just by 10. And then again, we'll see a few thunderstorms later this afternoon. We'll talk more about them coming up right after your headlines, but first, Destiny has a look at your traffic.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. We're taking a live look. This is Broad River I-126 East. You can see traffic is just moving and there are no issues over here. So let's go ahead and look at our traffic watch maps. That is the case for all over the Midlands. No accidents to report right now, so that's great news to begin your weekend, at least so far. So we're going to go ahead and look at how fast traffic is moving. Piney Grove Road and Harbison are both moving at about 60 miles per hour. So you know for that area that is very, very normal. Okay, and then Assembly Street is moving at 30 miles per hour once you make your way into downtown Columbia. Again, this is perfect for this time of morning, and it's great because there are no accidents in our Midlands at all. Of course, I'll have another update for you about 10 more minutes, and I'll show you how your morning commute is looking.
Making headlines this morning, June 17th is a day we will never forget. The day Dylan Roof, 1 year ago, sat in on a Bible study at Mother Emanuel AME in Charleston and carried out his racially charged attack. Let's get right to it. 9 people died during that attack, including the church's pastor, Senator Clemente Pinckney. Those deaths sparked numerous conversations about race and gun control right here at home and around the country. In the wake of that tragic event, the church would then set an example for the world about forgiveness. While we often think of the 9 people that lost their lives that night, remember there were 3 others that were there that were able to make it out alive. And right now the church is hosting 12 days of events entitled Victory in the Valley to remember those mass shootings. There will be several events today, in fact, including a memorial service that will be held at TD Arena. That's where more than 6,000 people gathered to hear President Obama eulogize Reverend Senator Clemente Pinckney. We will stream that event live on our website at watch.com. And the other events through the next few days are listed there as well. And in the weeks following the attack, cries grew louder for the removal of the Confederate battle flag from State House grounds. In a manifesto that's alleged to be written by Dylan Roof, the author justifies racial violence, and that manifesto also had pictures of Roof holding the Confederate battle flag. Governor Nikki Haley signed legislation that would allow the removal of the controversial flag. This back on July 10th, and this is the day it came down. And right now, Dylan Roof will be tried in both federal and state courts. The man who confessed to these deadly shootings 1 year ago today faces 33 counts in federal court, and that trial is scheduled to start in November, while his state trial is set to get underway in January of 2017. And of course, our thoughts and prayers go out to those that were affected by another deadly shooting, the most recent in our country in Orlando over the weekend. And all new this morning, for the 10th time, President Obama had to give a speech he has become all too familiar with. As Mary Maloney reports, it's being called the worst mass shooting in modern history in this country. And right now, investigators are learning more about what actually happened that night.
Go During the massacre, people huddled in a bathroom. Some cried. Others sat in fear, hoping the gunman didn't find them.
I just remember, like, you can smell, like, the blood. There was so much blood. It was like you can just smell it. The only people who are alive in the video are the people who are talking and moving. Everybody else is dead.
Investigators say the gunman called 911, a television station, and a friend. Now investigators say he exchanged text messages with his wife. 2 hours into the attack on Pulse nightclub, the gunman asked his wife if she'd seen the news. At one point, she texted back she loved him. But it's still unclear if she knew what was going on. Investigators say she called her husband several times, but only after word of the attack had spread. The shooter's wife apparently has given conflicting statements about how much she knew before he opened fire. Thursday, the president and vice president paid their respects to the victims and mourned with their families.
Once again, as has been true too many times before, I held and hugged grieving family members and parents, and they asked, why does this keep happening? And they pleaded that we do more to stop the carnage.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
It's 6:06 right now. Let's check in with meteorologist Lauren Oleski. She's got a look at our out-the-door forecast. Lauren, hot today, but tomorrow looks fantastic.
Yes, it does.
I don't know why I felt the need to turn that into
our
a song.
happiness. Hey, it's Friday. Don't we get a little crazy by the end of the week?
It happens.
Yeah, nice and cool out there for us this weekend, but we do have to deal with some heat, unfortunately, again today. Some showers out near Greenwood. We actually tied the afternoon high record yesterday. We also hit the triple digits for the first time this year. Yesterday afternoon, we had 101 degrees out at the Columbia Metro Airport. I know it's not something you want to hear, but hey, it happened. Looks like a couple little showers are lingering after some storms have moved through the upstate out near Greenwood right now. A little bit of a wider look across our region satellite and radar loop, showing you some of the showers and storms that made their way off the coast of Virginia and the coast of North Carolina. Closer look in, there's that cold front. This guy's going to pass through today. That's what's bringing us the cooler temperatures for this weekend. Should be much nicer out there. We do, however, have the chance to see a couple of thunderstorms later on into the afternoon. This is paused for you now at 3 o'clock. Scattered storms in the southern portion of the Midlands. Similar to yesterday, that's where I expect the strongest of the activity to occur. This is now at 9 o'clock this evening. Some of those storms could linger fairly late, especially for areas south of the Midlands, maybe in southern Orangeburg County, but a little bit closer to Hilton Head for tonight. Heading into tomorrow, we will wake up to a couple clouds, and we'll eventually see the sun kind of later on in the day, but the better news is that we finally have cooler air moving in, and we're going to be in the 80s tomorrow. So a hot one today. The sun comes up in just a few minutes at 6:13.
Thanks for that, Lauren. Well, things seem to be going SC State's way as of late. We'll find out if the HBCU will remain accredited. And a political feud is gaining some steam. Carolina Watch is coming up next.
And all roads are clear right now. You see Assembly Street is moving at 30 miles per hour. Coming up after the break, I'll show you how your morning commute is looking.